Well, hello everyone. If you're catching us live or if you're catching us on the replay, I'm Mia Krishnaswamy, and this is my business partner, Robin Marquez, and I'm just here to introduce her to all of you. So, Robin is a physical therapist, and she's focused really on improving women's health with holistic care. And she incorporates a lot of modalities, lymphatic drainage, thermography, regenerative treatment, hormonal balance, and oh, what's the other thing? Genetic testing, because she wants to get to the root cause of our issues. And of course, that's what intrigued her about LifeVantage, really getting to the root cause and providing her patients with the care and the support that they need to heal and improve their lives. And so when I introduced her to LifeVantage, it piqued her interest, and she has her own story to share, but it's really so correlated with getting to cellular health. um, and she truly understands the power of activation versus supplementation. So, for years, her personal and clinical experience, she's been teaching her patients how to listen to their bodies, if you will, and just ask the right questions so that they can get the help that they need and make the decisions that are best for them. So I'm going to segue over and introduce you to Robin. This is her, and let her take it away. And I'm going to scoot out of the picture, literally.
Great. Good evening, everybody. Welcome and hello to people new and people who have been in the business for a while here. It's a pleasure for me to be here tonight. How many people, anybody new to LifeVantage, or has everybody been involved with it for a while? Okay, I have one new person tonight. That's great. Welcome. I'm happy to share my experience with LifeVantage with you, as well as tell you how I've incorporated it into my business, how it all got started. I've been in LifeVantage just about 5 years now. One second. I'm going to mute somebody. Okay. 5 years now. And it was just coincidental that Mia and I met at a women's network conferencing meeting. I am a two-time breast cancer survivor. And at the time I met Mia, I had literally had my second bout with breast cancer. And I had managed to get through the traditional treatment of chemotherapy, surgical interventions with mastectomies, and I had some implants put in. And I was doing okay. I would say I was surviving. And, but, I was running a practice, and part of what I do is oncology rehab, and I work with women that have cancer, and I work with women that have hormonal imbalances and all of that stuff. But yet I still hadn't gotten to the bottom of what was going on with myself. And then I had to put the pieces together and realize that some of my illnesses and autoimmune problems were coming from my breast implants. And I got what was called breast implant illness. So breast implant illness is what triggered my cancer for the second time. And at that point, Mia introduced me to LifeVantage, and she said, look, we've got this product called Protandim, and it reduces the oxidative stress. And automatically my ears went bing. Wait a minute, I'm a cancer patient. My oxidative stress levels are like through the roof here. And I'm not just talking about regular stress. We're talking about oxidative stress. That's the stuff that makes you age. Okay, that's the stuff that causes, yeah, I like to say internal rusting of organs. Okay, but that can lead to DNA changes as well. And that's what was going on. So I said, I want to hear more about that. Tell me more about Protandim. And that's where our discussion started. And I started as a customer. I started down the road of just taking Protandim. And then from there, I kind of investigated it. I wanted to see what else it could do, but I actually was testing my own hormones, and I could see my oxidative stress levels coming down objectively. And so for there, I was very much interested in continuing to use it and looking at other product lines that LifeVantage had. And so we'll talk a little bit more about my personal story as it comes into play when we talk about collagen, because I did add that subsequently as my health changed, and I had better results with the use of collagen as well. But I want to start a little bit just talking about the company for the people who are new, and that's Conchella. Is that the new person? Okay, nice to meet you. And let me tell you a little bit about LifeVantage. We're going to do a presentation for you. And at the end, if you have any questions, we're happy to answer that. Or you can ask whoever, referred you to the call tonight as well. But we'll be going over that too. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and just let me know if everybody can see it. Okay. Here we go. Great. Okay. Everybody can see that. So LifeVantage, it is an activation company, and we are the pioneers basically in activation science and developing products that work with your body to enhance your own God-given capabilities. And our focus is on activation, and that's what really sets us apart. Really driving us to innovate and offer solutions that go beyond just supplementation, like other pharmaceutical companies and other even nutraceutical companies don't necessarily activate the body to do what we did when we were younger. Some of the things that we could get away with, and as we start aging and we get some of the changes, we're no longer able to do. So this is where they started, was with that. And at LifeVantage, we believe in the power of your own body's potential. And the mission is to unlock your own potential through activation. And how do we do that? We have a series of different products, okay? And I'm going to talk about tonight, not all of the products. I'm going to talk about some of the key hitters. I'm going to talk about some of the ones that I personally have used and incorporated into my practice with women, primarily women, but I do see a few brave men who come in with prostate cancer, and I have a lung cancer patient right now and an esophageal cancer patient, but primarily women. And we're going to look at how these products activate and what they do. They do it on different levels and they do it to different systems. So they look at activation of cells, the brain, the gut, tissues, the immune system, and skin and hair and nails. So how did LifeVantage get started? Many of you already have heard this story before, how we got involved in this, but I'm going to do it for the new person. Basically, in the 1960s, there was an award-winning scientist named Dr. Joe McCord who discovered the SOD molecule. And the SOD molecule is what helps really to fight the effects of oxidative stress and free radicals. And so working together with LifeVantage, they came out with their flagship product, which was called Protandim NRF2. Okay, and that was referred to as the quote little yellow activator. And initially, when it first came out, it was sitting on vitamin store shelves. Nobody really knew what it did. Nobody understood the importance of oxidative stress. And the fact that it was able to reduce the oxidative stress was huge. And the fact that they had done their own studies that showed that it reduced the oxidative stress 40% in 30 days, nobody got that big message. And it really wasn't being utilized in that marketing technique. So what happened was ABC Primetime got word of the fact that LifeVantage had a product that could reduce oxidative stress, and they said that they would do a review on it. And usually when ABC Primetime does a review on something or a business or a company, it doesn't always end in their favor. But anyway, the actual journalist, John Cojones, actually went in and did the subject testing himself. He was the subject. He did a trial over a 2-week period where he actually tried the product, Protandim, and they measured his blood work before he took the product, after he took the product, and they looked at the changes in his oxidative stress levels. And he actually did better than what the reports were that initially that LifeVantage had. So this immediately created this influx of people that were like, ooh, we need to get a hold of this product. And they got a huge amount of people ordering the product, and it was very difficult for them to keep up. But then after that initial ordering and everything, people didn't know what to do. They didn't realize they needed to stay on the product. It didn't really disseminate in the community well, okay, because it needed an explanation. People had to understand how oxidative stress works in the body and why it is so beneficial to take it and how it reverses processes. So the LifeVantage decided to go on their own mission on changing the way that they actually marketed the product. And they went to direct sales in the year 2000, I think it was 2009. And they decided to do network marketing where that somebody could sit down with you and tell you how it works, explain a little bit more about it, and then show you examples of how it works, okay? And then from that, word got caught out to the universities, and they did their own research on Protandim and the NRF2 pathways that it was claiming to activate at the time. And LifeVantage did get a patent on this. So now we know that there's 30 reviewed articles. If you go to PubMed, you'll find those. And, you know, these are prestigious institutions. And I'm going to show you some of the places here in the next couple of slides. But the kind of the tagline that LifeVantage has is take it to make it. And what are you doing? You're actually activating. So you're taking the Protandim NRF2, which is what this little bottle is. It has a yellow capsule inside, and it allows the body to make antioxidants. Well, we normally make antioxidants, but as we get older, we make less, and our body gets exposed to many, many more toxins from our environment, what we breathe, what we drink, our diet, all of it. It has an effect, and we just can't keep up. That's the bottom line. Our bucket gets full, and we just don't have the ability to naturally empty it, especially with our diets being more deficient now than ever in nutrients and vitamins. We really needed something else. And so Protandim reduces the oxidative stress, which helps to slow down the aging process. It fights antioxidants, which also reduces the oxidative stress. So what we know is that with Protandim, it is a combination of 5 plants, and that includes milk thistle, bacopa, ashwagandha, and green tea and turmeric. Now, people say, well, I can take those supplements on their own, but it's actually the synergistic blend of these 5 ingredients that makes it so successful in reducing the oxidative stress. It's like baking a cake. You know, if you don't have all of the right ingredients exactly right, the cake isn't going to come out perfect. It might come out okay. It might come out not so good. But you have to have all the right ingredients in the right proportions. And that's what this product did for us. Okay. Now, what happens when you have uncontrolled oxidative stress? All you have to do is go to PubMed, excuse me, and you can put in oxidative stress, and almost every disease and neurological condition that you can think of will pop up. When you have uncontrolled oxidative stress, you're going to have an abundance of free radicals, and the free radicals are going to cause degenerative changes in the body. So we can see in the heart, it could result in congestive heart disease. It could be cardiac thrombosis. It could be myocardial infarction. It may be in the joints. You might see rheumatoid arthritis or osteoarthritis. In the lungs, it may appear as COPD, asthma, or even lung cancer. And in the immune system, it may appear as chronic inflammation, autoimmune problems, and we see a lot of things in the immune system resulting like lupus, MS, and even cancer can come from the immune system as well. We all are familiar with somebody that has had complications neurologically with brains. We're very much concerned about Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, OCD, ADHD, autism. You may have children that are experiencing that. I know I had my oldest son had experience with some high end of the spectrum autistic capabilities that he went through school. And I wish I had some of these products that we're going to talk about tonight, as opposed to having, the medication offerings that were the only things that, his physicians could really offer us at the time. We were not even educated about the effects of his diet on this as well, because that's such a huge part of it. And then we also look at other organs that are affected with diabetes. It affects, the aging of, the eyes as well. You get macular degeneration, retinal degeneration, cataracts. Again, all due to excessive amounts of oxidative stress. So, as I mentioned, there are 30 different public articles that are out there in medical journals, and these are under PubMed.gov. You can look any of these up, but they're, really significant journals. I mean, Exercise and Sports Science Review, there is the Molecular Aspects of Medicine, Journal of Cellular Microchemistry. So these are not just, little flimsy journals. I mean, these are significant journals, and the big universities got wind of this. Harvard, the American Heart Association, and the National Institute of Aging very rarely get behind products that are, nutraceuticals. I mean, they're behind some pharmaceutical products and things like that, but you don't see them backing a lot of the nutraceuticals. And to me, that was very encouraging, because I want scientific backing for anything that I'm going to try personally, but for what I'm going to recommend for my clients as well. Okay, if it doesn't have that, I'm not interested. So it met all the boxes. All right. And one of the quotes that the Washington State University said about the NRF2 activation is that it is possibly or potentially the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. That's quite a statement. NRF2, not just Protandim. They didn't, weren't referring specifically to Protandim, but they said the NRF2 pathway. And if we have a product that can activate that pathway, that's a pretty incredible thing to do. So now the company wasn't satisfied with just being a one product company. It wanted to continue innovations, and it wanted to look at what else could they activate in the body that could be useful in so many other processes that age and really deteriorate the body. So we came up with called the Tri-Synergizer, and that included the Protandem NRF2, the NRF1, and the NAD. And it actually, the three of them together amplifies the making of antioxidants to fight the free radicals. It helps to improve the quality and quantity of mitochondria, and also NAD. NAD is a coenzyme in the body, but it's also a signaling agent that helps with metabolism, and it helps with cellular repair and DNA repair. Well, that's what I'm about, because I do a lot of genetic testing with my clients to find out what genetic epigenetics that they have that could predispose them to problems as well. And if this can help to support some of that at the same time as reducing the oxidative stress, that is very, very significant. So when taking the three together, the tri-synergizing, we can see the changes here. And as you note, in terms of, we mentioned the oxidative stress, 73% an increase in the gene responsible for fighting oxidative stress, and 90% increase in the gene responsible for the mitochondria health. You need to have the mitochondria. They are the powerhouses in all of the cells of your body. If the mitochondria aren't working, nobody's happy. We're not having any energy, and we're really not able to clean house and to get rid of waste. So that's so important. 120% increase in the gene responsible for mitochondrial turnover and new mitochondrial formation. 128% goes to the increase in the NAD pathways, and then 22% increase in the NAD synthesis, the production of more NAD, because as we enter our late 20s and early 30s, like many things, we stop making NAD. Okay, we really slow it down. Now, here's another big, product that I was convinced on when I started. This came out in October I'm sorry, June. It came out, and it was in 2022, and I had just had my explant surgery, which was the removal of my breast implants, which were causing my breast implant illness and the return of my cancer again. And after having that surgery, my surgeon, I remember him telling me, he said, well, you're going to have significant lymphedema and swelling in your chest, because we had to do a lot of reconstruction. And he said, you're probably going to have significant scarring, because we had to make large incisions to be able to do that for the removal and everything. And, being a lymphedema, specialist, I said, well, I think I can handle the swelling part. I know how to treat that with compression and manual lymphatic drainage. But I just at the same time we launched the liquid collagen, and I said, I'm going to start taking this. And so I did. And my plastic surgeon wasn't necessarily on board with it, but I decided that I was going to do that. In conjunction, I continued to take the Protandim. And I have to say, I had such an easy recovery that it made an enormous difference, because, the muscles in terms of rehabilitating and reattaching was that much easier with the collagen on board. And then the scarring was minimalized. And I think it also helped with the swelling and the removal of the lymphatic fluid in the area by having the liquid collagen on board. And the liquid collagen is something that to this day I still take for many reasons, okay? Because not only was it for scar management and for the muscles, everybody's aware that collagen is beneficial for your hair, your nails, and your joints. And so I'm grateful that I have those things that have been improved with the liquid collagen. But what I'm even more grateful for is the fact that collagen is everywhere in our body. Collagen is in our eyes, and collagen is in the lining of our gut. It creates the junctures that helps to prevent us from getting leaky gut and having the toxins that we are trying to pass out through our stools to get back into our circulation. So we need to have those tight junctures. And so the collagen helps with that. Another pleasant surprise for myself and for many of my women is that it also helps with, women as we get into the perimenopausal and menopausal phase, we experience some vaginal drying. And so this has been very helpful with that as well. So there's many perks besides just, nails, joints, and this is, what we try to explain. If anybody, is interested in looking at that, it's extremely pleasant tasting. It is a apple kind of berry citrus flavor to it. It is no sugar added. It has no artificial sweeteners in it. It is gluten-free, dairy-free, non-GMO. And it has 10 peptides, and it's sourced from the skin of responsibly caught fish, we'll say. That was a big part of it. And it's not just putting in collagen. Here's the key. We're back to activation. Activation is mainly by this one ingredient, ruby red quinoa extract. And it not only activates the body to make more collagen, it replenishes it and it maintains it in the system. And if you can see on the slide here, this is a skin sample here, and it's actually looking at the collagen density. And you can see as the collagen density goes up, this is over an 8-week period, the yellow indicates a higher density of collagen. If you go to week 8, you can see there's much more yellow in that. So the density of the collagen has gone up. And we are actually activating to make our body make more collagen. So what I had tried in the past prior to this was powdered collagen with really not too much substantial results, to be honest. I couldn't tell a difference. And then I did try a few of the other liquid collagens that were on the market, which didn't have 10 peptides. They probably had about 4, maybe 5 at the most, but they had this terrible fishy taste to them. And I just couldn't tolerate them. So when this product came out, I was pleasantly surprised. It not only tasted well, there was no sugar added to it, and it was something easy I could do. I can take it at room temperature. I can have it cold. I throw it in my bag every day, and I will continue to do that for the simple fact that it helps my joints and my dry eyes. I did also experience a lot of dry eyes because of the chemotherapy. Since then, I have had problems with that, and so it's been very helpful for that as well. All right, so when we take the liquid collagen with the Protandim, again, the Protandim just, amplifies things, and it helps us to make, the antioxidants. But when you combine that with the collagen, we're really getting the best benefit, and we get the greatest, healthiest glow from the inside out. So again, I always tell my clients that the skin and the nails and the hair are the bonuses from it, but the basics, your gut health, the lining, the support that you get from the collagen is the highest value that you don't always see right away in your eyes as well. Okay. So just to show you some pictures, because I think pictures say 1,000 things, and it's much easier when you look at that. Okay. We have one gentleman here, and I don't know his name. I think his name is Bob Wagner, I've been told. Okay. Sorry, Bob, if you're listening to this or you see it in the rerun. Okay. But Bob tried the combination. He used the liquid collagen, the Protandim, but he also used a product called Fat Burn, which just helps you burn about 140 extra calories a day. And he did this over about a 5-month period. Look at the difference in these pictures. I mean, the face, the amount of inflammation and swelling that's down in the face. Look at how the skin is tightened up in his neck. Even some of the, the wrinkles that he had on the frontal area of his forehead. This is another picture of a woman here underneath her neck where the skin's a little bit loose, significantly different. Okay, and then here we have pictures with the dates so you can tell how much time it took. But again, using the combination of the Protandim and the liquid collagen, you can see this gentleman has a lot of just significant wrinkles and lines, underneath his eyes, what they call crow's feet on the sides of the eyes. And then the circular, the darkness in the circles and stuff is actually lightened too. And this is over a 3-month period. And it also has had some beneficial effects on stretch marks and some loose skin that people have in different areas, either in the abdominal area. Sometimes people have it on the sides of their thighs. This particular case here, this woman was over an 8-month period of using here, but pretty significant results from the beginning to the end over 8 months of use. Okay. And now here we're showing, again, somebody looking at the facial lines, around the lips, also around the eyes. And this is in 1 month. Okay. So pretty significant differences here that people are noticing. All right, I'm going to go to another product, and this is one of the things that I take every day. I do love the Axio, and I wish I had this for my son I was mentioning who has Asperger's or high functioning autism. And it is something that can be added to your water. You take Axio to make brain messengers and to give you energy. What are brain messengers? Brain messengers are neurotransmitters, okay? You need neurotransmitters to make connections, to be able to focus, to pay attention. So it helps to activate mental clarity and focus. It gives, your brain more power and energy. It prevents kind of the midday lags that people can get where you feel like you have to reach for a cup of coffee or you need a monster drink, or if you're, studying for an exam or you have something coming up, you need that extra boost of energy. Well, this can be the Axio, and basically it has vitamins B6 and B12 in it, and it also has a little bit of green tea in it. So this is what gives us the extra energy. And I want to show you with a young kid. Like I mentioned, I wish more of the young students were introduced to this instead of the first line being medications in the school system. So this is a child who was in elementary school, and it's not one of my clients, but one of my coworkers had brought this case to our attention. And this is on the left before he was introduced to Protandim and Axio. His spelling wasn't exactly neat. He had, problems with his handwriting, but more importantly, he had problems with focus and attention. And after 2 weeks of being on the Protandim and the Axio drink, okay, look at the difference, not only in the accuracy of his words, but also in just the neatness and his being able to keep it all in a line. And I think it's pretty impressive in 2 weeks. And his teacher, commented to his mother, what are you doing? Keep doing whatever you're doing, because it's made such a difference in 2 weeks. Okay. Now we do have a skin line as well. And I think it's important that people know about this, because the NRF2 can be incorporated into a lot of different things. And what we have with the skincare line is we're looking at this product. They decided to incorporate really basically an alternative for retinol. And so we want to see what they could do. They came up with the True Skin line, and not everybody can tolerate retinol. Some people's skins break out. They just get red rashes and they don't tolerate well. They may not be able to go out in the sun, but this product does not contain any retinol. And this is why it is so beneficial. It's a much healthier option. And it's clinically proven to tackle 11 visible signs of aging. It visibly firms and smooths the skin in 21 days. All right, it's recommended that it be used with a skincare routine where you cleanse the face first and then you apply it, okay, to help, decrease the fine lines and the wrinkles. And they also have a night cream, and the night cream is more focused on removing or lightening the darker tones in your skin, or the darker pigmentation. So it's great for under eye circles. I have a lot of just different pigmentations in my skin. I've had a lot of sun exposure in my day, and it takes its toll. And so this can help with the dark aging spots as well. The thing that I like about it, the eyeliner creams, is they have this great tube that's in the middle there, and it has a silver tip to it. And it's just so cooling when you put it on. Immediately, if you have any under eye swelling, it will help to reduce that. And you can use it on your eyelids where the skin is so thin. I just find it very calming in the morning to put it on. And I feel like my eyes just, I don't know, they feel so much more relieved after I, have that on. And I think, we did win some awards for our skincare products. The company is very proud of that. We won a silver award for the most innovative product and we also just won another big award in the business line of market for the whole skincare line here as well. I think I also want to point out is that we have an app called Think Dirty. For those of you that are not familiar with it, you can go, it's a free app. It's in your app store that you can download. It's called Think Dirty, and you can scan your cosmetic products as well as your household cleaning products. And this is for women and men. And you can put the barcode in, and it will tell you if the product has clean ingredients or if it has ingredients that could possibly be carcinogenic. It will tell you what those ingredients are. And sometimes it gives you an alternative. So it's a score of 0 to 10. Ideally, we want everything under a 2. And in LifeVantage case, in these products, they are getting scores of 0. So that is a very clean product. I am proud to be able to recommend this to my clients when they're asking for cleaner, better options for cosmetics. Now, this is the one we're going to talk about today. This is our most recent product launch, was the Mind Body system. It's a 2-part system that's out there that involves GLP-1s. Many of you have heard that buzzword, GLP-1s. If you've heard of Ozempic, Wegovy, semi-peptides, any of those are synthetic forms that help to produce additional amounts of GLP-1. But they are not activating the body to do it. They are just putting in GLP-1 into the system. Okay. And yes, they can cause, weight loss, weight reduction. They're helpful for weight loss, but it's so much more than just weight loss. And your relationship with food changes when you are on these products. Let me first explain to you how the products work. Initially, you're going to be in the morning taking 2 of the capsules you see here. That's called the Mind Body Core. And the reason why it's called Mind Body is because there is a connection between the mind and the gut. There's a brain in the gut and there's a brain in your head. Okay, so there's a connection by the vagus nerve, and this is what helps to quiet the food noise down, but it also helps in the production of the GLP-1. Then the second, and you wait about 30 minutes after you take your 2 capsules in the morning. I have mine right on my nightstand next to my bed, and I take it with a glass of water. I go downstairs. By the time I get downstairs and get things ready, let my dog out, it's time I can, take my Mind Body Enhance, which is a vanilla powder. And so the full dose is 4 scoops. And oftentimes I will have my clients and people start with a smaller amount, maybe 1 or 2 scoops. It does contain the probiotics in it that feed the GLP-1, and it also has some fiber in it, but it has 13 grams of fiber in it. So if you're not used to a lot of fiber, that's why we tell people start low and start slow and work your way up to the 4 full scoops. You can mix it with milk. You can mix it with water. I personally mix mine with an almond flavored milk, and it's a protein milk, a protein drink. But you can mix it with a variety of different things and drink it throughout the day. Okay. GLP-1, how is this and where is it made and why is it so important? Okay. The GLP-1 helps to regulate blood sugars throughout the day. It helps protect your heart and your brain. It helps to improve the health of your gut, your liver, and your kidneys. So GLP-1 in the pancreas, it helps to increase when the GLP-1 is secreted, it helps to increase the insulin, and then it helps to decrease the glycagon secretion. And in the stomach, it's a little different. It helps to slow down and decrease the gastric emptying, and it decreases the GI motility in that, motility, I'm sorry. And then in the brain, like I mentioned, it quiets, it actually decreases the food noise, increases the satiety so you feel full after meals, so you're not always eating as much, you're not coming back for seconds, and it decreases your appetite. So Mind Body GLP-1 system, after doing study with 12 weeks, human trials, we saw a 140% increase in the GLP-1 production. The average weight loss was 9 pounds in 8 weeks and up to 25 pounds in 12 weeks. And 100% of those who lost weight were able to maintain muscle mass. This is very important. Because a lot of my women that come in are, again, and some of them are older and they're struggling with osteoporosis, or osteopenia or osteoporosis. And so I am all about maintaining muscle mass. And in the younger people, the younger women that see me, I want them to actually build more muscle mass. But in the older people, I'm expecting them to at least maintain to preserve their bone structure and minimize on that. And then we also noticed 27% reduction in visceral fat, which is so important that you don't have the fat around the organs, around, the fatty liver, the fat around the liver, around the pancreas, and particularly around the heart and things like that. So that was very important. We are still waiting to get the patent on this, which hopefully we'll be getting soon. But from the clinical trials that we ran, we came up with some pretty significant numbers here. 82% of the people that were involved in the study were able to take back control of their relationship with food. That's huge. For some people, that suffers that, where you just are driven by your food cravings. Like you go from one thing to the next. I mean, you travel with snacks in your bag. It's very important that if that can help reduce that, that is life-changing. 85% reported that they felt less hungry after taking the GLP-1 Mind Body system for 8 weeks, and 95% had a reduction in sugar cravings. So it's trying to rebalance the gut microbiome and eliminating some of the bad bacteria that's causing some of those food cravings. 90% of the people in the trial reported that they ate less portion sizes at meals. 96% chose smaller portions, and 85% would eat what they say for more health reasons instead of emotional reasons. Okay, so I'd like to play a little video clip. It's about 1.5 minutes, and it's just going to talk about when you combine the Mind Body system with Protandim, what we can achieve. Oops. And just let me know if you can hear, if you're having difficulties, if it needs to be louder or not. Oops, 1 second. There it is.
The healthy weight stack gives you all the benefits of the mind.
Everybody hear it okay?
And Protandem NRF2 Synergizer. But when you take them together, the benefit.
Ooh,
I don't know what we
1 second. We just got the volume off. Hold on.
Okay, go back. We'll try again.
All right, one more time.
The healthy weight stack gives you all the benefits of the mind-body GLP-1 system and Protandem NRF2 Synergizer. But when you take them together, the benefits of both are amplified. 4 more antioxidant pathways are activated for better defense. And 9 more fat and fatty acid pathways are also activated to help your body use and distribute fat the right way. But that's not all. With Healthy Weight, you're also unlocking a bonus benefit. Just like you see aging on your skin, something similar is happening to your organs on the inside. You may not see it, but guaranteed you are already feeling it. Thinking slower, moving slower, noticing more tweaks and twinges. As aging and stress slow your organs down, it's like a building that starts to crumble. And as structures weaken, wires fray, and power falters. The Healthy Weight Stack is the renovation crew, working 24/7 to restore, rebuild, and renew. Activating 22 new genes to help support, strengthen, and improve the structure and wiring of your organs on the inside. To keep you thinking faster, feeling stronger, and aging smarter. Discover the difference of activation with the Healthy Weight Stack today.
Okay, hopefully you guys could hear that. We're going to just show you a couple more quick, slides, because I mean, everybody always wants to see the before and after, right? Show me the difference, right? And so we just want to show you some people that have been actually on the product and for how long they're on it, and to see the differences, because most of them are quite visible differences. Here it's 8 weeks from when somebody started it, but look at the waistline. I'm going to refer to the gentleman on the left here. The waistline is improved, the stomach, there's less distension there. He's down a good, I think it's 8 pounds there. This woman here, you can just notice the folds on the lower back. I mean, there's no faking that. I mean, that's just within a few weeks. And the woman on the right, that's simply 4 days of being on the mind-body GLP-1 system with the Protandem and the liquid collagen. I mean, the stomach distension is gone. Even the buttocks and the thighs look a little smaller. She's down 3 pounds, and this is in 4 days. Now, not everybody sees results like that, I'll be honest with you, but the fact that, everybody's going to respond differently, because it depends on what condition your gut is in when you start the product, okay? And how much, toxicity you have in your system, and how much resistance you have to insulin too is going to play an effect. It takes required time to regulate your system. The more medically unbalanced you are, the longer it's going to take for your system to become regulated. All right, we do have Healthy Weight Stack, which is the 3 items that we mentioned, the 2 mind-body products, the core and the enhance, as well as the Protandem. And this is what we call the renovation crew, activating 22 new genes to restore, rebuild, and renew internal organs. And not only does it do that, it amplifies the metabolism with 9 new fats and fatty acid pathways. This is huge. It accelerates that. And so with amplified, the fact that we can reduce and amplify oxidative stress protection, and we can reduce the oxidative stress with 4 new antioxidant pathways is very, very encouraging. Okay, now we do know this gentleman. Okay, his name is Al Benjamin, and he had started on one of the first people that started on the mind-body system. And you can see that was back in October when it first came out. And up to date now, he's still on the product. And he's, from what I understand, has lost close to 50 pounds. He has incorporated it with lifestyle changes. He's added some exercise, and he now works with a trainer. but that's pretty significant. In 5 months, 50 pounds. Okay, kudos to you. And here we have Shauna. And again, this is probably within a 12-week period, but we are noticing changes. And she has claimed that it has been life-changing for her. She has struggled with weight all of her life. And this has really made a huge difference for her. She's on her way. And here, again, another picture. Look at the change in the short period of time. You say, 12 weeks, 8 to 12 weeks, that's 3 months, but the distension in the stomach is not there, the adipose tissue in the stomach, okay? The thighs look a little bit smaller and the buttocks looks a little bit smaller. Okay, and again here, Marcy, mostly you're noticing changes in the visceral fat area in the abdomen and in the bottom a little bit, but these are significant changes in a relatively short period of time while she's feeling good and while her energy is good. So what else can LifeVantage activate? They have a whole bunch of things that they're key to activate. And so they activate with products, but they also activate people. They activate people to improve their health, and they feel better, you do better. And when you do better, you want to share your story and you want to provide your information to others, because who doesn't want to help a friend, a family member, somebody else who's experiencing health issues, a loved one, to do better, to feel better, so you can enjoy your life, so they can enjoy their lives. This is what it's all about. And this is what this company stands behind. We have a great CEO. His name is Steve Fife, and he's a visionary leader. He really wants to take this company to the next level. And what does that mean? We're very transparent. We show all of our financial statements. We show our compensation for our consultants, on our website. We actually, after launching the liquid collagen, we were able to ring the bell in NASDAQ because we were so productive with that. As soon as we released the liquid collagen, within 3 days, we sold out of the first batch. And that's a good thing to do, to be in a company that sells out because of demand and because it's working. And then we're also highly recognized. In Newsweek, we had an article published about our company, and it was in the new era. I don't remember the new era of life sciences. And so it was all about activation, and our company was featured in that. And then the company is also known for its work that it does. It's called Legacy, and Legacy is giving back to the community, where customers as well as consultants can volunteer their time, not only give money, but they can volunteer their time and help to rebuild homes. We did a lot of work recuperating at one of our conferences, supplies, medical supplies, as well as diapers and food for hurricane victims. And so it's just a way that, you feel good, you want to do good, and you want to give back. And then this is one of the very few networking companies that I know about that actually can offer their consultants LifeVantage is the name of it, but it's actually their own healthcare. And so it's part of the insurance program that we are now able to offer people. And I myself are participating in that because I wanted an alternative that I could use, that I could be happy with, that, and get the, services that I wanted covered. So that's a big plus as well. Why LifeVantage and why now? Because it's the time of activation, right? People are looking for, reasons to age better. I myself, had a mom who suffered from dementia. I don't want to go down that track. I want to age well. I want to live long enough to see my kids, grow up and my grandkids. And I want to have good bone health. I want to have good cardiac health. And having been a cancer patient, I'm at risk for having difficulties with that. So I want to reactivate my body. Okay. LifeVantage has an evolved compensation plan that works for all types of consultants. You can come in on a variety of different levels, a variety of different packs. You could come in as a customer like I did. I was a customer first, then I became a consultant. You don't have to start as a consultant. Many people decide they want to do it as a consultant. They want to do it as a business on the side, as a hobby, or as a full-time, profession. It can be done. And how you do it is up to you. But evolve and earn is a big part of that. So you can earn money while you share your story and you telling people what you're doing. As I was a customer, I began telling my friends, they're like, what are you doing? Why do you have so much energy? How is this, working for you? And I said, well, this is what I'm doing. Are you interested in it? Can I share this with you? And they were like, yes. So you share your story and then you can earn commission if somebody buys and you've referred them to the company. So you share the product, and there are actually incentive trips for, the higher, the amount of of referrals that you do, and that your product sales, you're coming up, in the fall, they're taking an incentive trip to Alaska, which, oh, I'm sorry, August. And I know Mia's getting to go on that, and a lot of other people are getting to go on the incentive trip, which is wonderful. Fascinating places. And this past February, a group of people just went to South Africa on a safari, and the pictures were amazing. And then they have a growth summit, and that's for consultants really that reach the MC1 level, okay, managing consultant level, where you have start to have a team of people underneath you, and then they'll send you out to the corporate office and they'll do some training and things like that. So how does this all work? I'm not the best person to explain this to you. I'm going to go briefly over this, but I'm going to, let you know that we're very transparent. This is all explained on our website. I'm sure that the person that referred you can also go over a little bit more for you. But if you just want to come as a customer and you want to just get your products paid for, you can talk to your friends about it like I did. Talk to your family members. Talk to 7 people. And if they order 152 in volume, okay, which would be equivalent to the Pro Tandem and another item, you can end up getting $275 a month, which would basically cover your product, okay? If you want to do more than that, you have to expand your circle. You talk to 27 friends and they all do the same thing. That could potentially raise a revenue for you of about $1,400 a month, okay? And isn't it likely, if you talk to that many people, 27 of your family members or friends, that maybe one of them might say, hey, I might want to consider doing this too. Maybe somebody wants to do it as a second job. Maybe there's a single mom out there that just, needs some more income or needs something to do with the flexibility of being able to work from home. Well, if that other person could also include 27 of their friends with the same amount of volume purchased, that could produce a revenue for you of about $22,000 a year, which a lot of people would value that. And when you do yourself and 2 other friends, you can see how this just multiplies, okay? Another additional 27 people. So there's 2 friends that are doing it in conjunction with you. That could bring your personal consultant salary up to about $30,000 a year. And this is, completely transparent. It's all on our website. And this is the actual paid out commissions that we do to our consultants. And you can see that it ranges. There's different layers or different levels of consultants here. And it starts from $27 a month in what they make in commission, all the way up to $131,000 a month when you get to our presidential consultant levels. And so there's a wide variety, and it's how hard you want to work to put towards it, and how many people you get underneath it, how strong you build your team. You get a piece of all of that in the training. So just to kind of give you an example of some people that are within our organization that have done this, and can show you just sort of some guidelines here. Jolene Miller is a senior consultant level 3, which is about the same level that I'm at now after 5 years. I didn't run it the first 3 years. I was a customer, and then I moved up the last 2 years. The average income for sharing the product is anywhere from $316 to about $934 a month. Okay. And Sharon LaBraca is an MC1, okay, managing consultant, which has an average income and growing, building a team of about $1,700 to $6,700 a month. And then Marisa Harelson is an executive consultant 3, and she has been with LifeVantage for almost 13 years now. And she has got a fabulous, strong team of many consultants underneath her, when she is, really leading a movement. And she is ranging in salary from 14 to about 67,000 a month, not a year, a month. So opportunities are endless, and the support is endless. And I have to say, the training is great. It's there. People are always willing to do 3-way calls with you. If you have questions, if you want to bring in other people, you don't have to know the answers. I certainly didn't in the beginning, and still don't. Oftentimes refer to other people to, to help give me answers that I don't know. And I love the fact that LifeVantage has a scientific medical board, that if I have a question about a client or a medical condition, can this person do it? Or is this okay for this? They're there to answer that for me. Okay, so get activated as a customer. You can start to do that. Certainly, there are many options on how you can do that. There's the healthy weight stack, where you get what we talked about, the mind-body system, as well as the Pro Tandem. If you get it as a stack, you say there's a $24 savings on that if you come in as a consultant, okay, versus a customer. And then there's a healthy weight Pro Stack that's involved, which is basically the mind-body system with Pro Tandem, but it also includes the Axio brain drink and the fat burn. Okay, so again, people who are really emphasizing the need to lose weight, it's good to combine it with the fat burn. People who want it, the mind body for more the bone density and other issues don't necessarily need to have the fat burn, and they could go with, the healthy weight stack. It just depends on what, the person is looking for. And then if somebody's dealing with not only losing weight, but they've got joint issues. Maybe they're overweight and they've got really bad knees, the collagen, or if they've got digestive issues, maybe the collagen and the premium stack added to the mind-body system and the Pro Tandem would be the better choice for an individual with that. Okay, now, if you're considering coming to LifeVantage and doing it as a business and you want to try the products, then the best value really lies within the business pack, which you get multiple things. You get a lot of the other product lines that we didn't cover all of them tonight, but I came in because after I was a customer, I decided to come in as a consultant, and I knew I was going to be doing some of this with my clients, but I wanted to try some of the other lines as well. And so I came in under the business pack, because this is the greatest amount of savings really is coming in under this way. $484 you save as opposed to purchasing them individually, the products. And they also throw in the 2 tickets to the global convention. And we have one coming up in Utah City, Salt Lake, in April 24th to the 26th this year. So that's a fabulous way to kick off your business. I would say it 10 times you in terms of what you learn by the time you walk out of there in those 2 or 3 days. It's just accelerated everything. It's given you the energy, and you see everybody, you see how the products are working, you listen to testimonies, and then you go from there and you launch your product and you team up with people on your team. Okay, we have a few more packs, different ways to come in. You look and see what fits for you. As we mentioned, there was a business pack. We also have a multiplier enrollment pack. And if that's, for people that specifically are interested in just the GLP-1 system, this gives you 3 months worth. Okay, so you're saving money here on buying 3 months at once here. So if you want to personally do it, or if you have 3 members in your family that want to try it, you get the mind-body system, the Pro Tandem, and the liquid collagen, and it includes the 2 tickets to global convention as well. You could come in on a smaller enrollment pack, which is the executive pack, which also includes the skin, the True Science Renew skin, as well as the collagen, the fat burn, the mind body, and the Axio is involved in that. And then the last one is a little bit, if money is a little tight for you and you need to come in as a consultant, you want to just come in with the mind body, you can do that with the Pro Tandem. I'm sorry. And the collagen comes in on that. So that, again, it just doesn't have the fat burn. It doesn't have the skincare line or the Axio in that. So in closing, I just want to, bring up a quote from Warren Buffett. And he really just, says, you must position yourself in front of a growth curve, not in the middle, not at the end, but at the inception. And then realize that the window of opportunity is always getting smaller. So choose to work like there's no tomorrow. We're at that point right now where this company with its activation is really launching a lot of new information about longevity. We're coming out with products that are helping with that. They're slowing down the aging process. They're helping us to correct for some of our DNA changes that we're getting from all the toxicity that we take in on a day-to-day basis, what we breathe in, what we put on